Hello and a very warm welcome to this, the final of the Dubai Duty-Free Women's Open. Nathalie Tauziat there, the third seed and world ranked number 13 player, taking on the world number 1, the phenomenal Martina Hingis from Switzerland. I'm Chris Bradnam, sitting alongside me, Joe Jury, and first of all, apologies to all of you at home if you've been looking to try to find out when this match was going to start. Obviously with the ski jumping, the weather, we weren't quite sure whether it was going to be cancelled or delayed, so we hope you've seen the banners, seen the times that we were going to start, and that you are safely with us for what we hope is going to be a super final, Joe.
Well, I think so. I mean, they've had 2 3-setters in their matches before now, and Nathalie Tauziat, I think, will have to serve very well today. She's got to serve and volley, she's got to come in as much as possible, take those chances. It's going to be a tough job though, isn't it, because Hingis is certainly on a run at the moment.
Yeah, she certainly is. It is quite a phenomenal record that she has. This is her 5th tournament and her 5th final in a row, 2 titles this year. She won Sydney, beating Lindsay Davenport, and last week in the first tour event of its kind for women's tennis in the Middle East here, the Qatar Open, beating Sandrine Testud in the final. And of course it was the most fantastic match that she played against Testud in the quarterfinals to help her on route to this final. Mum, as loyal as ever, sitting courtside. The other wins, Janette Kruger, 2-1 in the first round, the South African, in her first match rather. Martina, she got a bye in the first round. And then Tamarine Tanasagan of Thailand, the semi-final victim, 7-6, 6-1, and she saved 3 set points in that one, Martina Hingis. She was 4-5 down in the opening set, 15-40, so maybe starting to tire a little, and not surprising. She's a prolific player on the tour, played a lot of matches, and she's got a nice week off next week before she goes to Indian Wells, so she'll be looking to finish with a flourish. Nathalie Tauziat, her route through, a bye in the first round, and then the Italian Rita Grande, 6-3 in the third, coming from a set down. In the quarterfinals, beat the wildcard Salima Safar of Tunisia, 6-2 in the third, and Rachel McQuillan, you would have seen with us yesterday, the qualifier. She beat her 7-6, 6-4. Rachel moving up to number 68 in the world rankings when they're announced on Monday. So this final of this Tier 2 $565,000 event here in Dubai about to get underway. And Joe, Nathalie Tauziat, she's played Martina 5 times. I mean, Martina's mother has called her the tennis professor. It's her nickname she's given her. And I think that's because of the canny way she thinks out matches. And surely today we've got to see Nathalie serving and volleying, chipping and charging at every opportunity.
Yeah, she has to. I mean, there's no way she's going to win this match from the back of the court. You know, she knows how to make her way to the net, the right moves, when to volley, when to back off, play a half volley, whatever. She's got good hands. She's got to take chances and do that today. And I do think that Hingis is feeling tired. I mean, she said that herself. She's had an amazing run of matches in the beginning of the year. She's obviously trying to pile the points on early on. So we shall see.
Good, Nathalie. Serve and volley on the first point. I forgot the next bit.
Well, it was a strange return. It was just hovering in the air there, and that's when you've really got to move well and get onto that type of ball.
We've lost sound effects in our head cans, so if you have at home, we apologise for that, and we'll try and recover them as soon as possible. And if you still have them at home, I apologise for apologising.
Well, there you go. Great play by Tauziat. Just what you wanted to do, Chris. And doesn't it look simple when she puts in a good first serve and such a solid volley?
Just 20 years of age, $15.5 million in prize money, $500,000 this year already. Super start from Tauziat. She's really putting the gauntlet down early on to Hingis. She's already probably thinking, I'm going to have to hit an enormous number of passing shots in this match.
And there you go, there's one. Such good anticipation, because it's hard to read which way the Tauziat serve's going.
Yeah, she's got to keep her guessing by trying to vary the serve, Nathalie, but Martina's such a great doubles player of course. I mean, her first Grand Slam title was the doubles at Wimbledon with Helena Sukova, so returning is not a problem for this young lady. She mustn't waver from the game plan. She's just got to be smarter if she can be. Nathalie. She's got the weapons. She employed this against Venus Williams in the quarterfinal of the US Open so well last year.
Well, Hingis knows that that's the type of return she has to do, right down at the feet of Tauziat if possible.
First break point of the match. Sorry, second. Thank you, Joe. Keep me on my toes. Well, that's a shame. And from the back of the court the error came, and that forehand did not have a lot of belief here. Martina just having a good look, and we now have court effects back in our head cans. So again, if that is the case for you, I'm pleased we're back to normal service.
Oh. 15 love.
Doesn't look that pumped, Nathalie, does she? I mean, terrible thing to suggest, but final good enough?
No, I don't think so. I think that she has tried to be calmer on court. You know, I think yesterday we were commenting, you know, how calm she did look and in control, and she has known to be a little bit voluble out there.
Too good. Love game to substantiate the break.
Hingis leads games.
And this is what I mean by baseline rally. Hingis is just going to be in control of them every time. Tauziat's not really quick enough to make the moves back there.
She's broken so many records in her career, Martina Hingis already, and on Monday when the new rankings are announced, I mean, she's been #1 for a total of 179 weeks, which puts her one up from Monica Seles and 4th in the all-time list. Steffi Graf leads the way with 378 weeks at #1 in the world. That is going to take some catching.
15. 30-15.
First ace.
40-15.
One of our colleagues who's providing the commentary for the local service out here, David Mercer, has just informed you what ace number that was for Nathalie. Good game. How she'd have loved to have started the match like that, as opposed to being a breakdown. But she's on the scoreboard. It's 2-1 for the top seed, first set. Welcome back. For the break, 2-1, first set.
First set.
Somehow, yeah, no wonder she stops and thinks. She's got to get forward. She cannot be a yard behind the baseline and get any change out of this match at all. Well, that's the problem she faces.
But she has to do that. I mean, it's a risk you have to take. Taking the ball so early and getting in, she's got to try and apply pressure.
She's got a good block on the forehand, doesn't she, Joe, and a slice on the backhand, Nathalie. You'd think she'd be looking to come in on those to at least give her a bit more time to get closer to the net.
Yes, well, unless she feels there won't be enough stick on the ball and it'll be an easy pass for Martina. You never really know what's going on in her mind.
It's a tough challenge.
And there we go. That time it worked. So she knows she can do it.
Just think at 33 years of age, if she comes in with anything that's got a bit of pace on it, and it's really not right into the corners, it'll come back in double quick time, and Nathalie, frankly, is not quick enough to cover it anymore. And that's no disrespect, because her career has just gone from strength to strength in the last 3 years. It's just a fact.
Absolutely right, yes. She has to not only force, but, she's got to kind of read the game, which Hingis is so good at doing. Well, it was a deep serve and produced a nice short ball for her to hit it away.
Right to have a prolonged look. Very close.
40-30.
First serve, she really lost control of the racket head, didn't she? I think she lost her confidence for the second serve.
Well, yesterday she did quite a few double faults, especially at the end of the match, but she managed to squeeze through. And again, Hingis read that serve very well. She was onto it like, well, in a flash, really.
Good variation on the serve, just trying to keep Martina guessing. Interesting to see where she goes now, Nathalie. Whether she'll want Martina to hit that forehand again, or she'll go to the body or backhand.
Well, I'm not sure she meant it to be quite that angle or that good. Slight miss hit.
Came off the net as well. That's great serving.
Advantage Tauziat.
Yes, well, that did look wild. Can sometimes happen with Nathalie. Wow, that's a beautiful move. You almost have to be like a goalkeeper here on this type of shot and leap towards it, but still keep control of the racket head.
Wow. Martina just seems ready and waiting. She knows where Nathalie's serving before Nathalie does, I think.
And it's coming back, isn't it, with speed, and Nathalie couldn't even get to the service line that time.
The great returners, Joe, they look for anything, don't they? They look for the position of the ball toss, the shoulder turn, anything that can suggest where they normally go.
Yeah, exactly.
She's fighting well, though, Nathalie. Well, to serve and stay back, that's not a bad tactic occasionally, just to keep Martina guessing as well. Maybe take her eye off the ball. She still has that break though, Hingis. 3-2 first set. Ooh, it's a pretty famous face. Frankie Dettori. Wonder whether he'll jump off his seat today.
He always has a lot to say, doesn't he? I don't think he's stopped talking since he got here.
If you put him next to Brad Gilbert in the stands, Andre Agassi's coach, wouldn't get a word in edgeways.
15
Dubai Gold Cup, the richest horse race in the world. And this time of year.
Great attacking play by Nathalie.
15.
Well, the whole point was brilliant, frankly.
Great pickups all around here. Look, the attacking play, nice flowing move.
30.
And here, knowing the angle to go for on the half volley. It's a difficult shot.
It's good serving. It's definitely an improved serve, Martina Hingis, from a year or so ago. It's more powerful, it's more accurate. It's still not huge, but the extra pace with the direction has made it awkward. And of course, with what she follows it up with, these unbelievable ground strokes, it actually makes the serve better than it actually is.
Yes, it does. I actually think her second serve is pretty good. It just, it doesn't look great, as you say. But she's a great anticipator and just seems to know where to go next.
Second set. La 15.
And the vocal support there for all to hear. Must be encouraging when Nathalie sees Martina a little bit flat-footed, which is the indication that she wasn't sure where the serve was going for once. Going to come in from a very deep position there, wasn't she, Joe? Is that the right ball?
Well, probably not, but I think when you play Hingis, you have to take more chances than you would normally want to on deeper balls, because, well, Nathalie knows she has to get to the net.
Well played. Super first volley. Great defence though, wasn't it?
Really was, making her opponent play one more ball, and an awkward one at that. But look how Tauziat takes her time and makes sure she's right underneath the ball to put the smash in play.
Not quite as much composure on that first volley. Another break point for a double break lead for the top seed. Oh, she's throwing a racket in vain. It was a great point against from Martina Hingis. In the driving seat now, a double break, 5-2 lead. A lot of encouragement for Nathalie at the change of ends. They know how tough this match is psychologically for their compatriot. But she's giving it her best shot so far. The hat donned once again. Martina Hingis with a double break. Prepares to serve for the opening set at 5-2.
Well played. It's always easy to miss those little dinky shots if you
Nathalie.
don't keep your eye on the ball.
Nothing on that backhand at all. Give Martina far too much time.
15.
She's playing pretty well though, isn't she? She really is.
15.
Yes, Tauziat certainly is, but against Hingis, you have to play at your best to get a win against her.
13.
Another feature of the improvement, isn't it, Joe? That forehand that she was moving back to hit, doing so much more with it. Set point.
Oh, she's trying to be a bit too clever.
Deuce.
She has so many options of shots there. Which one do I play? And didn't really play anything in the end.